Here's a pulse motor I've been working on. It's built around a Emax Hobby RC motor. It's a 3mm shaft, and they got a couple of bearings in them that turn nice and smooth and fast. Just slot that back in there, and I got a few of these bracket things at Bunnings. You just have to fold the end one down 90 degrees and cut that off there to replicate what I've done here, and that's attached to the shaft with these little bullet style propeller adapters. And hobby shops sell shafts and bearings and prop adapters and things, so you wouldn't necessarily have to build it into the frame of a proper motor. It was just a convenience thing that I did that. And going on to the pickup coil, that's out of a turntable motor off a microwave oven, but look for one that's rated to mains voltage. This one at 21 volts has only got about 165 ohms DC resistance, whereas the one I'll be using was out of a mains rated turntable motor, and it measures 13.5 kilo ohms DC resistance, so there's a heap of turns on that. And I've got a Darlington transistor there, a tip 122 NPN. It's got a tiny little 1k resistor to base, and I've got some LEDs set up. And over here, the drive coil is just a little ferrite inductor out of a power supply, something I stripped out of a TV or something years ago. As you can see, it's not very big, and incidentally it's got 34 ohms DC resistance. I'm not sure how many millihenries it is. It does have some markings on top with the number 42. I'm not sure if that's millihenries or not though. And we're running off 11.5 volts, and it draws up to about 30 milliamps when it gets up to speed, so we'll get it going. It takes a little while to spin up because I've positioned the drive coil for to suit the higher RPM that it gets to. And here we go, now it's starting to wind up. That's getting up to speed there. So I can get an idea of the RPM off a frequency meter I've got over here. I'll turn it on properly. I've got the black lead going to the negative rail, and I just touched the red lead of the DMM to the back of the transistor there. And we'll get a number like 63, 64, 65 hertz. So having two magnets on the rotor, you can multiply 64 by 30, and that comes out at 1920 RPM. And the current going in is about 29 milliamps there by the look of it. That's about everything there. The white LED gives a bit of an idea of the duration that the drive coil's on for. It's, if you can make out a bit of an extended slot in the shadow there, that's actually a circle. That ghost black ring is just these two holes spinning around, and the red LED there is just to soak up the collapsing field spikes off the drive coil when it switches off. There's not much of that there. It's only about 20 milliwatts or something when you put a capacitor across it, but probably got to have it for the sake of the transistor and everything. And at the moment it's just got little 12 by 3mm Neos. they're just hanging on the rotor because it's magnetic, which is a bit rugged, but it's not turning that fast at this stage. What I plan to do next is I've got the pretty heavy duty dual thief circuit I play with over here. It can output up to 6 watts of spike energy from the coils switching off, and with a turn of this variable resistor I should be able to vary the input voltage to this pulse motor, and should be able to crank it up to 40 or 50 volts, no worries, and it should be starting to move then. But I won't be doing that until I got me new magnets that I've ordered with holes in the middle, that 15 by 5 Neos coming that I can bolt to the rotor, and that'll be a lot more secure obviously. So once I've done that, then I can play around with ramping the voltage up. But there you go. I was scratching my head for a long time trying to come up with what to do for a rotor and an axle. Just had an old RC hobby motor lying around and come across those brackets at Bunnings, and they've got something that's it's nice having a bit of weight in it. It's got a bit of inertia, a bit of mass, and it's pretty secure. It's I've had it turning up to 2,500 RPM with the magnets like that, and they didn't fly off. But really, probably starting to push your luck much past that. But I'll make another video when I've upgraded the magnets and got a bit more juice going in, and see how we go. Thanks for watching.